Guru Nation, welcome back. I've got Monica on. We're got 2021. We got a lot of big things lined up for you guys, especially with Latinos in clinical research, which we've done a video for every co-founder so far. There's four of us. And Monica's idea was to interview me today. And I don't know what else she's planning. So I'm just going to hand it to her because I don't know much about what's going on, but I always want more content. So this is good. No matter what we do, it's good.
So, hello, Good Nation. I have the honor to interview the one and only Dan Freya.
Welcome,
World
peeps, to the
famous,
show. Oh,
actually.
before we
World
do that,
famous.
hold on. While we do this introduction, this is a good time for me. I never ask people to do this, but let me show you guys something watching, okay? If you're listening, just listen to what I'm saying. All right, let me show you something that's alarming to me. Alarming. I don't know if they could see this. Do you see the, can you see this? Do you see the watch time? Watch time from subscribers, okay? I
Wow.
only 25% of you watching this right now are subscribed. That means 3 out of 4 of you watching this right now are not subscribed. You need to hit subscribe button, please. And then everybody, you need to hit like and let's get the algorithm going because YouTube loves when people like and comment. But 3 out of 4 of you are not subscribed, okay? Why? What? Come on, guys, subscribe, hit that button. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, subscribe so you can get
Can you believe that?
all
3 out of
the
4.
good
3 out of 4 watching
information.
this do not subscribe. 3 out of 4.
And it's easy. Just subscribe.
Hit the button, hit the
Click
bell.
subscribe.
Let's
That's
see. Hit
it.
the button, bell, like, comment. Button, bell, like, comment. We should make a new logo from this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dan. So when I was thinking about this interview, I think the very first question, obviously, that a lot of people would like to know is um, how you ended up in research, first of all, and being where the idea of doing the videos and becoming information or giving knowledge to people came from.
Okay. So in college, I thought I could go to med school and decided that I wanted to have fun instead and tried to do both at the same time, and that doesn't work. So I graduated, but not with good enough grades. And then one of the toughest majors at the school, molecular and cellular biology, uh, but not with a good GPA. So med school was pretty much out of the question, although I still thought, maybe like if I do things differently, I can have a chance. So at the same time I graduated, my dad, who's a doctor, worked with some other physicians from USC. They started like a private research clinic, but my dad didn't know anything about research, nor was he really interested in it. And he told me, hey, if you want to med school, like you might want to intern here, and this is clinical research. I don't think too many med students are, I don't think too many applicants are doing this. So maybe you still have a chance to get in. So that's why I did it. I did it for that. And then when I started interning there was a lot of chaos. A lot of the doctors decided they don't want to do research anymore, and they weren't paying the staff, and people were just leaving. So it ended up just being my dad and me. And my dad said, I don't want to do this either. So if you want to run the whole thing, there was really only two studies at the time. If you want to run this whole thing, go ahead. If not, I mean, you're gonna have to find a job or something. And so then I started applying like for CRA jobs, but I probably sent like 50 applications and didn't even hear back from them. Um, so I decided to just do the research clinic because I had nothing else to do. And I'm glad it worked out well. But I had to learn everything on my own because like I said, my dad didn't know anything. I mean, he wanted me to get another doctor so he can be replaced, which I eventually did. But it forced me to learn everything. So from 2005, when this started, until 2010, I was not blogging. I had no ideas about YouTube. I was just learning everything, right? By mistake, trial and error. I started hiring some staff as well. I had to train them because the people I hired didn't know anything either. And that's all I could afford at the time. And um, I kept Google. I remember Googling things like in this period, like what is 1570? Who needs to be on 1572? Um, I would just Google like what is IATA requirement? What's a CLIA waiver? I mean, just everything you can think of, and there was nothing really. There was no information, and I think that stayed in my mind. Like, eventually I should. This would be nice to have this. I can't be the only person looking for this. I'm sure there's somebody else somewhere looking for this. So in 2010, when the business got more stable, like 5 years later, my employees were doing a lot of the work. I was just business development. I was thinking of ways to increase the business. I wanted to initially started the YouTube channel because I wanted to recruit patients to the studies. So I would make a lot of videos like what is an informed consent? What is IRB? Are you safe when you join a study? Those kind of things. And there was no patients watching. It was all researchers, like other staff. Like people would start emailing me, "Hey, I'm from this clinic, and thank you for your video." And I was like, "Great, that's great, but you're not who I'm trying to target, so stop emailing." And eventually I realized, you know what? Only the researchers are emailing me, not the patients. Maybe I should make something for them instead. So then I switched to just patients, just content for researchers. Probably 6 months in to doing YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you go to the oldest videos, you'll see most of them in the beginning are just like for patients. But it turns out people were watching that who wanted to be CRAs, who wanted to be CRC, and so that's where the content. That's where everything started was from there. But that was
So you
five
ended
years
up
after.
being, that was great because you passed from being a student, you ended up being an entrepreneur and then also a mentor,
Yeah,
everything at the same time.
and I never wanted that. I mean, I just wanted patients for my clinics because I didn't want to necessarily help another researcher in another part of the state or country. I mean, I wanted more patients for my studies, and I wanted more studies
Of
from
course.
sponsors. And if they see your YouTube, they probably think, okay, this guy, these sites can get patients. But that's not what happened. And then you're right. Yeah, I became like mentor now for like other researchers, which the patient thing
Well,
is still tough. Somebody's got to do this for make content
yeah.
for patients. Somebody has to do it.
Well, you became my mentor. So, I mean, thank you.
2015.
And
When did I meet you? 2014.
2014.
So I was already 4 years into doing my YouTubes then. Yeah. Yep. I remember that.
Yeah.
And then we had the CRA Academy 2016. We started it.
That was my next thing. So then after that, you start diversifying your business and your adventure. So after that, what came after that?
So I didn't plan anything. I just had the clinics and I wanted to expand. I wanted to have more clinics. And I thought I could make a really big clinic and then sell it. And I did, but it wasn't really big. It was a 3 sites. I ended up selling. Then I got the opportunity to start the new one where you worked. You were employee number 2 or 3, I think.
Three,
Number
three.
3. Yeah, and I didn't plan any of the CRA Academy or the site service, like helping other sites get started. But all those opportunities presented themselves because of the videos. People would email me, "Hey, do you have a program? Do you have a course for CRA?" And I kept saying no, and by the 50th no, I was thinking, why not? Why do I have to say no? I mean, I know I don't like teaching, but maybe there's a way I can have somebody teach for me, and then I can just have the academy. And that's how the CRA Academy started. And same thing with the site services. Sites would email me, hey, do you have a service for helping us get studies? I said no. And then I talked to Chris about it, my business partner, and we decided that we can actually do something. So those are now our two biggest businesses. And now quickly approaching is the CRC Academy. You know, it's the newer one, and that's the one that
Mhm.
you are running the show. But that's the same. You know, that one was your idea, though. That one came straight from Monica.
Well, but you followed my idea.
Yeah, I
So
don't remember
thank you
how
for
many
that
times
too.
I said no to you, like 5 times in nice ways.
Mm,
And then finally I
That's
said
not
yes.
gonna work.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, and thank God that was the answer at the end.
That's right.
Yes. And okay, so after doing all this research of working and doing all this videos, what you can tell to people out there that are starting their career, for people that are minorities like Latinos, what would you tell them, to start their career?
If they're looking like minorities looking to get into research, okay, I would tell them we need you, first of all. Like, we need you more than you even know because the industry needs more minority patients in their study. And the best way to get minority patients is to get more minorities to work in research so they can go out and be evangelists for the industry. So first of all, we need you, even though you think we don't. We do. It's very true. Second of all, um, there's no rules to get in. Everybody wants a roadmap, and everybody's roadmap looks different. So there's no rules. And finally, it's the persistence. I mean, the one common denominator, like I just said, there's no roadmap, right? But the one common denominator from the people I see getting successful is persistence and not being too rigid with their approach, being open to try unorthodox things like asking sites to intern there and taking it a step further. What do you provide that you can do for the site for free? Or maybe blogging on LinkedIn. Like one of the people is the Black Women in Clinical Research. Okay, we have Danielle Coe who started that, and she nobody asked her, like she didn't ask anybody's permission to do this, and she just did it, and she's creating like a movement now, and that's very unorthodox. And unorthodox, what's the quote? There was an entrepreneur who said, if you want normal results, do normal things. If you want abnormal results, do abnormal things. And that's definitely abnormal. I mean, so I think that's my advice to um, not just minorities, but anybody, but especially minorities, because we need you. We need you guys.
Well done. That's actually a really good advice. I think people sometimes get scared to just jump and and magic happen outside the box,
Yeah, but
right?
you were not
Yeah.
scared when you started working with us. You know, you probably researched a little bit of what research is, but you were willing to translate your skills like from sales and from media for amongst the many things that you from your skill set into we thought immediately into patient recruitment and clinician outreach. And this is why we brought you on. You know, we didn't bring you on because you're an expert in research. I mean, and that's what a lot of
Yeah.
people think. That's what a lot of people think. Well, I don't know anything about research, so nobody's going to hire me. And if you have that mindset, you already lost.
Yeah, like Ashley always mentioned in the videos is Ashley Margot.
We
If you
love
guys
Ashley
haven't seen her
Margot.
videos, yeah, watch her videos about transferring skills. I mean, all the skills are transferable to any industry, and if you want to be in the elite pharmaceutical research industry, I mean, why not? It's just a matter of trying and finding a way to do it.
The industry is extremely busy because of COVID. There's so many COVID studies in addition to all the other studies. And there's a need for any kind of background, technology, sales, like phlebotomist, medical assistant, auditor. I mean, whatever your background is, you had a good quote. Whatever your background is, there's a home for you in research. There's a job for you.
Yeah,
Something like that is what you
yeah,
said.
anything, yeah, anything you any background you have, research has it.
That's right.
Yeah, because I mean, even lawyers, marketing, I mean, anything you name it, we have it. And pharmaceutical industry is a very good industry to be in. Plus, it pays better than the others. So why not?
Very, very stable, very lucrative. It's very intimidating as well. And I think that's what stops a lot of people. And I think that's what makes our academies successful is the fact that it's intimidating. Um, People feel like they need a help, and we help them for sure, but there are plenty of ways to do this for free if you want to. It's just we make it so much easier for you. So you just pay for it and everything's set for you. It just you need to do the work.
Yeah. And then, I mean, the academies give you all the knowledge needed to start to jumpstart your career. So
Hmm.
I was talking today with one of the students that she was mentioning that she started as a regulatory specialist, and
Oh,
I
from the
mean everything
CRC
was
student?
yeah,
We
yeah,
have the January class
the,
enrolling right now, right?
yeah. Hmm.
I've been sending a lot of people have been interested, so I've been sending them your way and hopefully we can get them in.
Yeah, a lot of people. So I
Hmm.
think this month is gonna be really busy.
I think so. This year is
So
going to
it's
be
a
busy.
great start. Yeah, it's a great start of 2021. Do you have any expectations then
No, I
for
don't.
2021?
No, just more of the same as last year, but even more. And really it. I mean, even the people like there's two camp. There seems to be the countries really polarized. Literally in the other room, CNN is on, and we have people storming the Capitol Hill. The country's polarized. I think everybody can agree. Well, probably not, but mm, I think we need everybody would agree. I think on both sides, it would be safe to say we need more research um, for COVID. Even the people who think COVID is a hoax, I don't think they actually truly believed that, but I think they're a little bit concerned with the speed that these vaccines came about. And the answer to that is let's do more research. We have to study these
Research.
things.
Yeah.
Let's do a long term study. Let's do some treatment studies. Let's do more because this is not going away. I mean, COVID's going to be here for a while and the different strains and all that stuff. So, my expectations is just more research. And I think that helps everybody in the space the sites, the CRAs, the CRCs, the future job seekers. I think everyone can rally around research.
Yeah, and obviously the professionals involved are going to get benefits out of it, but also the rest of the population because we're working to get results. So
That's right.
it's exactly it's a benefit for everybody.
Everybody. I mean, COVID's here. It's what else can you do? I mean, it's not going to go away. Research is the answer, but we need more research. We need better research. Warp speed, Operation Warp Speed was nice. I mean, we got the vaccines out pretty quickly, But that's just the beginning. Now we need to actually study this stuff long term, and we need to study different kinds of vaccines and different kinds of treatments and all that kind of stuff. That's not just going to happen on its own. You need to do
No, this is
research.
only the beginning, like you say, the tip of the iceberg.
Hmm.
So we need to learn more about the condition, about more about the treatments out there.
That's right.
All right, Dan. So, and then now going back to the Latinos in clinical research. Why Latinos in clinical research?
Well, I think it's a good idea. I mean, I talked with Danielle Coe. I remember you were in the office when I was interviewing her. And I said, let's interview her on Black women in research. She seems to be making noise with this thing. Let me find out more of the why. And she really is focused on getting more minorities to participate in research and using the same strategy, that I think works, getting the clinicians, more people, building a support system for Black women. Now she has Black men in research also. So
Mhm.
I told her, hey, would you mind if we did this for Latinos in clinical research? And she said, absolutely. Like, go ahead. I mean, we need more, we're doing this for the industry as a whole. And then I called you in because I'm not Latino. And I said, Monica, you're the first Latino, the closest Latino I know besides my wife. And I think I can get you, Judy, and Ashley together, and we can have a Latinos in clinical research and really discuss issues. I mean, all ethnicities are welcome, but really discuss issues related to Latinos in clinical research. And specific, I mean, it's the largest, fastest growing demographic in the United States, Latinos. And so obviously we need these people to be represented in clinical research. And again, just using what Danielle did with Black women in research, we do the same thing, with the Latinos in clinical research and creating a support system and networking, having other Latinos network with each other and provide opportunities to one another. And we know a lot of Latino site owners, a lot of Latino physicians as well. And so just building the ecosystem, there's been nothing really to unite Latinos in clinical research. And if I could play just a small role in that, because really it's you, Monica, you, Judy, and Ashley that are doing the majority of that. I'm just kind of tagging along, doing the marketing. Um, I think that we can actually do some good things for the industry here, and sponsors love this
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
too.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and obviously, we have to do a video explaining people why it's important. This is probably for the population because I know most of researchers know why it's important to have a diverse group of patients in the studies and explain people more about it. But it's so important, and these groups are really important for that. The Black women in research, Black men in research, in clinical research, Latinos in clinical research. I mean, we need to work to make things more how you say in healthcare, um, to break the disparity. That's the word I was looking
Reducing
for.
disparities, yeah,
Hmm.
that's on the back of our T-shirts too. I think maybe
Yes.
not. I don't know. On YouTube, you'll see the
But
T-shirt.
it sounds great.
Yeah, get the T-shirts. It's underneath YouTube on the video.
So stay tuned. We have event coming up next week
January
on Tuesday,
Tuesday, right? January 11th.
January 12th,
Is
11.
it 12th?
Yeah,
Let me find out. No,
January
Tuesday,
12th.
January 12th. You're right.
Yeah.
Tuesday, January 12th.
Uh,
We've got who's the guest? Who's the guest
we
lecturer
have
gonna be?
now we're going to be announcing everything today or tomorrow.
Okay, okay.
So please
We'll
make
keep it
sure you
silent right now.
read, you yeah, register, subscribe, register in the website, so you can get invited to all these events, and you learn more about the industry. You get to meet people from around the world, And also, why not, maybe a business venture, if you meet somebody that have
Yeah,
the same idea as you.
I really can see that happening. We've only had one Latinos in clinical research meetup so far, but I can really see you don't even have to try hard to network because literally I
Yes.
had a business idea from the last meetup. It was about how to create a roadmap for physicians looking to do investigator initiated trials. And there was a doctor from Colombia and another guy here from the United States who both said they could help out if I actually
Yeah.
wanted to make this business a reality. And so I mean, if you're there and you have a need and you're there to network, you're probably going to find somebody on there to help you during these Zoom meetings. You know, there we have Zoom like this with a bunch of squares. People can talk. LatinosInClinicalResearch.com. You don't want to miss it. So go there, subscribe to the email list, get notified of these webinars. Also go on Instagram, Latinos in Clinical Research. Also go on LinkedIn, Latinos in Clinical Research, and on Facebook, Latinos in Clinical Research. Oh, and on YouTube, Latinos in Clinical Research. Oh, and on the podcast, Latinos in Clinical Research. I think that's
LinkedIn,
it.
Facebook, everywhere.
You want to
We are
watch,
everywhere.
read, scroll, listen, talk, all of the above. There's a place for you.
All right. Thank you, Dan. So there you go, people. The most special guest you have ever had in the clinicaltrialsguru.com.
The one you see every day, guys.
The
Every day.
one and only Dan Sfrea. So you get to know more about him. You got to know more about him in this video.
Thank you, Monica.
Thank you,
Very
Dan.
strange. Very strange to be interviewed, but it was fun, and we'll do many more. LatinosInClinicalResearch.com. Make sure you go in. Make sure you guys subscribe. 3 out of 4 of you watching this are not subscribed. Why? Just please subscribe and like. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan.